start out with adding equations. All right, here we go. We're going to take the problem x plus 11 equals 7. Now, what you want to do is you got to isolate this variable. So you'll do x plus 11 minus 11 equals 7 minus 11. Because you want to get that x by itself. And then you'll just do 11 minus 7, which is 4. So, but right here, you take that as a negative 11, so it would be negative 4. That is problem number 1. Alright, we'll do another one, except it'll be a little bit harder. Okay, 5x plus 22 equals 12. Now this one's a little bit harder because it has the addition we have right here and also has a little bit of multiplication in it, which we will get into more detailed later. So you don't have to know this part right now, but you need to know that part. Okay, so we're going to do 5x, and we got to isolate this. Even though it has a 5 on it, you want to keep that for now. Plus 22, so you got to subtract it now, minus 22 equals 12 minus 22. Wait, that's supposed to be 2. There we go. 5x equals 10. And then what you got to do here is you have to isolate the variable again. Can you see me? I'm right here? Okay. You have to isolate this variable until you want to divide by the opposite. It'll be 5 and 5. And this side will cancel out, leaving x by itself. And this side will leave 2. X equals 2. Negative 2. Because, I forgot, this is going to be a negative 10, because that is a negative. See how easy it is to make these simple mistakes? Don't do that, okay? Now, we're going to subtract equations. So true, it's hot. Okay, and I'm going to use the orange marker because that reminds me of subtracting. Okay, so the first problem we're going to do is going to be really simple. Okay, whatever. Alright, so we're going to do Q. We're using a different variable just to switch it up because we're fancy like that. Alright, Q minus 13 equals negative 13. Looks complicated there, right? I know. Alright. Oopsie. Alright, so what you want to do, again, is isolate that Q. So Q minus 13, instead of subtracting like we did with the addition, we're going to add it. Equals negative 13 plus 13. So that cancels out and makes nothing. Makes 1, actually. 1. And Q will equal negative 13 minus 13 equals 0. So the answer is actually 0. So we got another one here. It's a little bit more complicated and complex just for, because it can. It also involves a little bit more. It has some, also has some addition. 2x, we have another, that thing right there, minus 13 equals 7. Alright, so we got to isolate this. 2x minus 13 plus 13 equals 7 plus 13. And 2x will equal 20. Now here we're doing the exact same thing, and we'll focus on this next. Is you have to divide and get 1 and x by itself, and 20 divided by 2 is 10. So our answer is x equals 10. Alright, now we'll do the 2x stuff, which is multiplication. So we're going to be multiplying these variables. Okay, so our first problem is 7x equals 21. Seems very, very simple. So the only thing you really have to do is 7x times 21 divided by, times 7 divided by 7 equals 21 divided by 7, and we all know that equals 3. So 3. There's another way you could do this, we're going down here. Don't pay attention to this right now. Focus down here. Okay. You could do the same problem. 7x equals 21. You could also just do this. Divide. 1x by itself equals 3. You get the same answer. So that's another way you could do that one. I think I have one more multiplication one. Got close to me. Okay, we're going to do one with some decimals in it, and you can also have fractions in them, and I'll show you some of that jazz later on. Okay, so we're going to do 0.09 W equals 1.8. We got some decimals in there. It's like, oh, wow. And then, so what you got to do here is you can either just put the line and divide it, or you can write it out and say 0.09 W divided by 0.09 equals 1.8 divided by, you know the number, I can't fit it. Okay, so I'm just going to do it the other way, so just so I can show you how it just works out both ways, and because I don't have space. So you're going to do 0.09 divided by 0.09 on both sides, and that cancels out and equals 1, which leaves W all alone. It's going to bug me. Alright, and then 1.8 divided by 0.09 is 0.9. Like that. And that's how you do multiplication. Now we're going to get into division. Division is, you're probably just like, oh, I can do this by now. Because it's really not that hard anymore once you've been through all this. But we're going to do 1 just for the heck of it. So we're going to do y. You can put your y many different ways. You can do, to say division, you could do this, or you could do this. I am going to do it the fraction way, just because that's what's written on my paper. Equals -7. And this is basically just like a division sign in disguise right there. And so you'll do y divided by 4. You gotta get that y alone, so you'll do the opposite, and you'll do times 4 equals -7 times 4. And y equals, you know it's 28, but is it positive or negative? It's negative because the rule states that the rules of positive and negatives say that if you multiply a negative and a negative, it'll be a positive. But if it's a negative and a positive, then it'll be a negative. So you got -28. Now we're going to focus on the hardest thing that most people don't like because it's not fun. And it's a lot more complex than this. So this is our last problem. Alright, we're going to do some solving for pi. This pi, not this pi. Yum. You know. Stop laughing. Our problem is x plus 2 pi equals 14 pi. And what you have here is basically, you have to do x, let's check my paper and make sure I'm doing this right. Alright, yeah. X plus 2 pi. You got to get that x alone, so you got to do minus 2 pi equals 14 minus 2 pi. Oh, 14 pi minus 2 pi. Right there. Alright, and what you're going to do right here is you're going to subtract these two. And 14 minus 2 is obviously 12. And as for the pi you just keep in. It'll be 12 pi. Like that. Alright, last problem. I know you're probably sick of hearing my voice, but, you know, last one. Alright, x, that was an x. X minus 2 pi equals 7 pi. I'm just doing another one to make sure you get the concepts here. Okay, x minus 2 pi plus 2 pi equals 7 pi plus 2 pi. X, you gotta isolate that variable. So you're gonna do 7 pi plus 2 pi, which will equal 9 pi. So we're all done, and that was a very constructive lesson, and I hope you got as much information that I was trying to put out. So